The haters will do anything to detract from Eric July at this juncture, and it's because of the fact that he continues to have a success after success without anything really phasing his business along the way. It drives them mad. It really does every single time. We saw Isom #1 crush it. Isom #2 also crush it. Now Alphacore is selling on par with Isom #2, which I reported about in Bounding Into Comics this morning. You can go check that out over there. And they're trying to like change the narrative here. And of course, the stuff that's being talked about is a question that's being asked repeatedly. What's your favorite part of Isom? And they're asking it over and over and over again, like it's some kind of gotcha. Now they're asking everybody, they're asking Gina Carano and retweeting her. They're asking Mark Miller, the comic writer. And of course, all these people are moving about their days talking about other things. But it's like a gotcha. It's like we're going to sit in the middle of the Marvels movie in the end credits scene and stand up to the theater and go, "What's your favorite part of Isom?" At this point, it's becoming a joke that they're talking about on Friday Night Tights already because of how much it's being employed and how much it doesn't actually mean anything as a quote criticism. And so that's what we're seeing here. Now I'm going to tell you exactly why this is stupid and why it doesn't actually make sense to go at somebody on this level at all. And I'm going to break it down on that global level. You might not like what I have to say, but I am right. So deal with it. All right. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author myself, an award-winning comic creator. I'm coming out with my book, Top Grift, which will be your favorite part of Isom when it does come out. And this link will be in the description below. Mike S. Miller, who did DC Comics Injustice, is the artist on it. I've got an A-list artist all the way through, interiors and on the cover. And of course, I've written a beautiful script, which is aspirational and transcends even what we're parodying right here. So you will enjoy this from, of course, a great writing perspective, a great character perspective, and of course, a great art perspective all the way around. I guarantee it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So sign up for this for when it goes live, probably sometime in the next week. We are waiting on cover colors to come in. And I appreciate you guys for supporting our comics over the years and being there for us as well. Thanks so much. Okay, so as I mentioned, here is the Alphacore news. Eric July rocks the comic world again with Alphacore success. I went over in my video yesterday exactly how much of his success it is, and I, of course, talked about that in the article. What's interesting about this is they're focusing on the fact that it's, tracking about $100,000 or so less than Isom #2, but they're not taking into account the fact that Eric actually priced these comics for people $9 less per book. So it is tracking at about the same amount of books sold as Isom #2, which is great. I mean, this means that Eric has a continued success after continued success. It's wonderful. Like I said, you can read the details at boundingintocomics.com. I really want to focus in on the question here that's going on. What's your favorite part of Isom? And Eric's actually hit this himself. He says, "My favorite part of Isom is the Bloodruth appeared and saved Avery from being killed from Darth Maul on planet Vegeta. When she yelled Black Girl Magic in the final blow, I really felt that." He's making fun of this here, as obviously none of that happened in the book. Nerdrotics actually making fun of it as well when he goes, "What's your favorite part of the Marvels?" Where the answer is none of it. Now, my favorite part of Isom is actually the conflict with the Bruiser at the end of issue #1, where Isom goes and he's fighting against this guy that he's lost fights to actually in MMA fights in the past. And he actually rekindles his spirit into becoming a hero, which he once was at the end of this, and decides once he finishes this battle that he's going to get back into doing what's right for the world. Pretty simple, right? Of course, nobody's going to talk about that sort of thing. I do have the books. I've read them right here. There they are for everybody to talk about. But this is a disingenuous question by the haters at the end of the day. They're doing this to try to gotcha, saying there isn't a part of Isom. That's what they're trying to imply with this, that people like. But here's where they're wrong on this. When somebody go out there, and this is mainly started because Mark Miller, the comic writer who works for Netflix, who's like one of the best comic writers out there, one of the most prolific and famed ones out there as well, said he loved Isom. And so people in the comments asked, "What's your favorite part?" Mark Miller wasn't replying to random comments because he got so many comments on all of his posts. He's a busy guy. And so they go, there isn't a favorite part. But that's not how things typically work with the internet. Now, I'm going to put this down and break it down for you very simply. Like when you look at a train wreck, you rubberneck and it stops traffic and all that. What stops traffic more, the train wreck or the parade? If a parade goes through and there's just a parade happening in the town, maybe it gets reported about in the local news, but nobody hears about it. The train wreck, the traffic accident, the crash, the bad things, that's what people focus in on, and that's where they go in on the detail. When you're talking about the Marvels, you go right into the corny writing, you go into the bad costuming, you go into the fact that Disney's replaced all of its famed characters with MCU. You go into the fact that these feminist characters, like Carol Danvers, that they've turned from Ms. Marvel into Captain Marvel with Brie Larson, looks more like a man than a woman, and it's ridiculous at this point. When you like something, when you like a movie, you just typically go, wow, I really liked that, guys. Check it out. So there's a lot less to say on that front when you like something, when you generally are interested in something, when you're happy with a product. When you are looking at something that is dismal, that's a problem. That's when you go into these like autistic rants about the little details of things. Honestly, if you look at YouTube and any talk about comics, any talk about culture, any talk about movies, that's why so much YouTube content is negative. If I just come out with a video tomorrow saying, hey guys, this is a really good comic book of something that I really like, I'm going to get about 1/10 of the clicks of the fact if I was talking about something that I really didn't like and going into the detail of that. So when you say, what's your favorite part of Isom? It's pretty simple. I just love the book. And that's what most people will say at the end of the day. If somebody didn't like Isom, they would go off and go and scroll with these crazy screeds about it, just like we do about these terrible Marvel books. The fact that not many people are actually saying that about Isom and saying bad things about Isom shows that Eric's done a pretty good job. He's made a comic that people actually like. And of course, that testament has been proved because the third book now, which is really where it starts to get real, is doing just as well in sales as the second book. That's a good sign all the way around. Books usually drop off in comic books in the third book, fourth book, etc. pretty heavily if people don't like the book. And that's not happening here. Eric's winning again, and nobody has an answer to that, so they're just trying to snipe on the internet with disingenuous questions. That's all. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to back Top Grift, guys. It's not live yet. Just sign up for it. We appreciate you being there. I appreciate all the comic fans. You can tell me what your favorite part of Top Grift is once you read it. See you.